flexible records, dialect records from reproduced by Lyntone, I think in the 1960s. I've got a set of 10 of these, put out by the British Drama League originally in the 1920s, giving the dialects of the UK, United Kingdom, so that actors and their like could have an idea of how people spoke. This one's Norfolk. But again, it's Harold Fitch, Sheringham, Standard Passage, Biller, 3 poems about the weather.
So you see, I'm right about that, mates. The little mother coming from the Scullion way past the Bullock Lodge. Now there she be, going down the road through the red gate on the left-hand side of the way. I say, the silly mother have gone straight up to the door of the wrong house. Foolish child, what's she a-thinking of? Just where she'll wear a likely chance to find that grumpy, shrivelled, deaf old fella. We all know him well enough, don't we? By the name of Thomas, ain't it? Well, he can't avoid children. Won't the rough edge of the old chap's tongue soon teach her not to do it again? I lay he's a treasure. Look, ain't it true? See her scuttling off, poor dear lamb. That's his tune, sure. Did you ever see such a sight in the world? Here come the schoolmaster too. Hark at the noise. Biller. I want to tell you something about my old friend Biller what lived down our look. You know his father used to be parish clerk at the church a long time ago? Well, in them days the clerk used to give out the notices in church, like what the reverend do now. Well, one Easter Sunday, the old chap he called out this here notice. Last Friday were Good Friday. We forgot it. We'll have it next Friday. Biller's mother, she were a rum 'un too. Not long after the old chap died, she went up to the rectory right early one morning, and the mother showed her into the study. And when the reverend come down, she say, I'm right sorry to trouble you this time of the morning, reverend, but I want you to interpret a dream I had last night. I dreamt I saw my old man. You remember him? Well, he come and stood by my bedside, and he looked beautiful. He had a crown on his head, and he had a harp in his hand, and he had a long white robe on. Oh, he did look beautiful. Do you think that mean rain? Well, you might think that with them behind him, old Biller might be a bit of a fool, but he ain't. He rarely had our reverend on last week. They was a-talking about his relations, and the reverend asked him if he had any brothers, and Biller he say 1.5. The reverend looked sort of puzzled like for a minute, and then he say, well, Biller, I suppose that mean you had a brother and a half-brother. And old Biller he say, no, sir, that don't. I had 3 half-brothers. Another time old Biller met a friend at Norwich Market, and this here friend looked right vexed, and Biller he asked him what was wrong. Well, Biller boy, he say, my poor old Dick is right bad. And then he told Biller what was wrong with him. Well, Biller say, my old Dick had that last winter, and I give him a bottle of so-and-so from the chemist's. Well, t'other man, he went home and got a bottle of this stuff from the chemist, and give it to his old Dick, and old Dick died. So next time he see Biller, he say, Biller boy, he say, I got a bone to pick with you. You know that stuff you give your old Dickie? Well, I give mine some of that, and that died. Well, Biller say, that's a masterpiece, so did mine. But the hid time was when Biller lost his old sow. He was a-telling me that was lost, and I say, hey, you seen the reverend about it? No, he say, I don't want him to get up a brief. No, I say, I didn't mean that. I thought perhaps he'd give that out in the church notices. No, Biller say, he wouldn't do that, would he? Well, boy, I say, do you try him? Next evening I see Biller, and he say, the reverend was right nice about that. I went up to the rectory, and he say, well, of course, that ain't a very usual thing to do, but seeing as how that there sow is a big loss to you, I reckon we ought to help you. So if you'll come to church a Sunday morning, I'll give that out. Well, Sunday come, and that were a masterpiece. You ought to have been there. There was old Billy a-sitting behind his old pillar. You know he's hard of hearing. Well, the reverend finished reading the second lesson, and he come down to his desk, and pick up his book, and he call out, "I publish the banns of marriage between John Smith and Paula Jones." And old Billy he get up from behind his old pillar, you know he's hard of hearing, and he call out, "Yes, and if she got a black spot in her back, she's mine." And now 3 little poems about the weather. Saturday moon, Sunday full, never good, never wool. Mackerel skies and mare's tails make lofty ships carry low sails. And then St. Winwell's Day, March the 3rd. First come David, then come Chad, then come Winwell roaring like mad.